news. Okay. Now, I hate to tell you, I told you so, but wait. No, I don't. I actually like tooting my own horn when I know I'm right. Shit, I told you fools months ago, before Biden's inauguration, while you schmucks were out singing happy, happy, joy, joy, that his administration would be an international embarrassment, and America would lose its position in the geopolitical scale. Uh, because Biden would make us look weak, and I'll be goddamn if less than a year he has done just that. I told you. From the handling of COVID, excusing Antifa and BLM riots, the border crisis, and the fall of Afghanistan, rival nation states see blood in the water, and they're going for the kill. However, what I'm going to focus on is the latter. See, through this mare's nest, many news outlets peddle the notion that this war in Afghanistan was the longest American war. Albeit, there were two reasons for our long presence in the country. Uh, one was to kill Osama bin Laden, and two was to mitigate Afghanistan's ability to attack the United States again, which Biden knew this full well. So did his intelligence. Additionally, alongside the U.S., Afghan soldiers fought terrorist attempts to breach the country and have lost more than America did in Vietnam. Yet and still, Biden and his administration of pipsqueaks said that Afghanistan soldiers won't fight for themselves and for the country. Hey, stupid. Shithead. I'm sorry. I mean, Mr. President. In an interview with Stephanopoulos, how could you fix your wrinkled up face, Schmuck, to opine you have no regrets about the way you pulled troops out of Afghanistan? Not only did you betray and leave behind countrymen, but Afghans who risked their lives in the face of reprisal. You, I mean, damn, Putz, you made America look like a nation of fucking cowards. And speaking of reprisals, for their loyalty and assistance to the American military, many Afghans are being found by the Taliban and are now being murdered in the streets of Kabul. However, in lieu of the latter, Putz, you want to speak about booster shots. Oh man, it's a very bad look. See, this gives verisimilitude to me once stating he will make our country weak and will be a national security risk. Oh, God damn. Shit tastes good, man. Gotta try this. Hot the Gus Black Label. But additionally, Biden said the buck stops with him. Whilst he threw the problem back at Trump and said nothing about, hell, not even allude to to the Taliban leader currently ruling Afghanistan was part of the Gitmo 5 that Obama released from Guantanamo Bay. Notwithstanding intelligence told Obama and Biden that the Gitmo 5 were too dangerous to ever be released. However, what Biden attempted to do was try to blame the U.S. Taliban peace agreement brokered by Trump on the hastily exit out of Afghanistan. Subsequently, the agreement was a deal that Trump and Taliban made that would make the Taliban do nothing to Americans nor Afghans who helped America, and if they didn't, then we will leave the country by May 1st, 2001, of this year. I mean, according to Trump, there would have been a cohesive plan to eject them from the country. However, by Biden's own volition, he broke the agreement because he wanted to do it his way. Therefore, if it went the way he expected, he would take all the praise. Yet, you know, he would take the praise, much like he did with the COVID vaccine. Yet, since it didn't go his way, he pointed fingers at Trump's intelligence, hell, even his own staff. Any and everybody, everybody's at fault but himself. Now, the fourth branch of government since the election would vocalize Biden's mastery of geopolitics, although adversarial nations were croon about American vulnerability. Additionally, the real politics of this whole state of affairs is why the Taliban has retaken Afghanistan. See, Afghanistan strategic position makes the country under Taliban control become a transit place for terrorist networks and energy resources from Iran, Turkmenistan, to Pakistan, India, which is e.g. the TAPI pipeline, and even China. See, unfortunately, people in Pakistan were celebrating America's embarrassment. They was in the street dancing about it. See, and what is problematic and should be closely monitored are Pakistan and China. Both are nuclear powers. They're both players in the geopolitical theater. Afghanistan is right beside Pakistan, and 90% of Pakistan is Sunni, and the Taliban is a Sunni extremist group, and their generals are in Pakistan, much of them. Furthermore, country next to Afghanistan, besides Iran, even though they have good relations with them, um, every nation besides Iran are Sunni Muslim majority countries. This could metastasize into a federation of terrorism, which with nuclear capabilities. Moreover, though the Taliban's home office is located in Qatar, it it wouldn't be surprising if they relocate their home office in Afghanistan. See, although UAE is majority Sunni, reports convey that the UAE is strategically putting a chasm between them and the Taliban. So they want to make it seem to the national community that the international community that they have nothing to do with them. But furthermore, what could potentially be coming down the pipe is China selling the Taliban nuclear weapons in a maneuver to keep America's eye on Afghanistan while China regains control over Taiwan. Remember, as soon as the Taliban once again took control of Kabul, the Red Dragon started live ammunition training near Taiwan. They was doing naval drills. Additionally, China will, will take further advantage of this enigma by selling arms to the Taliban and finance the TAPI pipeline in exchange for Afghanistan's membership in the One Belt One Road initiative. They would do this so they could gain the resources of that country. In sum, in the words of, of impugnable skirt Jim Sachs, I have to circle back. I have to circle back on this being America's longest war, which is a lie. See, admittingly, yes, the country has been in Afghanistan for 20 years. However, the Cold War was our longest war. See, we were engaged in the Cold War. See, like I said, let me circle back. Cold War started in 1945, but we was there. We went there. We started in 1946 to 1942 when Bush and Yeltsin formally declared the war's conclusion, albeit Reagan was the POTUS who truly ended the war a year earlier, while him and Gorbachev. Now, if my calculations serve correctly, that would be 45 years, 25 years more than the war in Afghanistan. In addition, from the beginning, I told you we will become an embarrassment, a slapstick on a global scale, and would lose our position of power. I mean, hell, Biden's dividend comportment during this Taliban hullabaloo led to international allied actors of holding an emergency conference without Biden's presence. They didn't want to have nothing to do with him. See, that is a strong indicator that our allies are losing respect for America. Even though the Biden administration marshaled up the courage to gain an agreement with Taliban. The new government ruling Afghanistan right now, at this very moment, abridging the agreement and why we should and you know what? Why should they not? Do you think? Do you think the international community is not crooning about, hey, Biden, Biden is feeble. This guy's feeble. We could take advantage of this guy. You think they're not doing that? Shit. If you think this is hyperbolic, then if you think this is hyperbolic, then you're as sophomoric as Biden is. That's all. I mean, this is sad. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. That's it. Very sad. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell while you're at it. Well, that's it. That's all, folks. God damn it. God damn it.